Alright guys, so we learned how to do the arm drags. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our half guard, and I'm going to show you guys a situation that happens a lot, and we're going to use our arm drag to take advantage of the situation. Okay? So we're going to be in this position here. I'm doing my half, controlling the wrist, I'm blocking the head, and he goes in, he cross grips on my leg. A lot of people do that. I do that a lot, and I control the wrist here. So first of all, you got to control the guy's wrist. You got to be in control of the match. Okay. Second is, I don't want Sean to smash his knee down, because if he smashes his knee down, I'm going to be in trouble. So a little trick that I use here is I either keep opening the knee, or if he's putting too much pressure onto my leg, what I do is I open the leg and I put my foot, look how my toes are pointing out, onto his hip, just like so. Okay? Tell them about try to put the pressure on Sean.
Can't put the pressure, the knees out, what's in, and I can't.
See, he can't. So I did open my half guard by placing the foot there. Okay? Now, you may think, oh, he might go for a foot lock or whatever, but there's no foot lock in this situation. You try to go for a foot lock, it's hard because my foot, let's turn this way so they can see what I'm doing with my foot. So I'm on the half guard here, he cross grip, look how I put my foot. So now he cannot put the pressure down, and if he goes for a foot lock, he's not going to have it because my toes are pointing out and my foot is in. So there's nothing he can do from there. Okay? So let's go one more time. He crosses gripping me. I'm block the head, grab the wrist. Now I turn my foot. Okay? So this way he doesn't smash my knee down. Now how am I going to arm drag from here? What I'm going to do is I'm going to push him up a little bit to create some room. Now as I create some room, I'm going to relax this leg, pull it out of the way. So I'm pulling it out of the way, and I'm reaching with the other hand, just like I'm dragging. And then I do the same finish. So I finish the same way as my arm drag, it's just a different setup. Okay? I love doing this from this cross grip. So I'm teaching you guys how to defend the cross grip by placing the foot in the right position, and you can always arm drag here. As long as you push, create space, pull the leg out. So the hardest part is pulling this leg out. Because you got to be flexible, and you don't want to hit your opponent on the face. You know, I'm really good at doing this. So if you're not that flexible, you do want to push and create some room with your hand. See what I mean? So by pushing him on the face here, you kind of get some reaction. Now you got time to pull the leg out. As you pull the leg out, I'm already reaching for the arm. Close the distance, boom, switch for the double, get the sweep. Now, going back to the position, he cross grip, you put your foot. If he switches to whatever, see how he switched? Now I control the wrist, now I can do my half guard, I can do whatever I want from here. If I want, I'll do the basic arm drag again. What I don't want to happen is the guy cross grip on your leg, and then you have problems dealing with it. So now you have a defense where you can set up your foot, and then you have the arm drag that you can do from there. And then from the arm drag, you can create your own moves, because I'm teaching you guys half guard, different moves you can do from there, so many. You just got to be able to understand how to defend yourself. Once you understand how to defend yourself, you can create your own moves. And let's one more time, Sean, just make sure people understand. So I'm here, cross grip, move the foot right away. Now I'm already giving him problems. Okay? On arm drag, push. Simple as that. Alright guys, going back to our arm drag, okay? It's going to be the same setup. Control with the both feet on one leg. Now I'm going to arm drag. Now as I arm drag him, he lifts his leg up. Now if he lifts the leg, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold his leg just like so. Okay? Now most of the guys, what they do here is they put the weight with the knee to try to push me back down. Everybody see what he's doing? So I don't come up and sweep him. So one more time. I'm going to arm drag. He's going to lift the leg. I hold the leg. Now, as I hold the leg, look how I'm going to transition to our half guard again. Sweep. So I'm here with Sean. He puts the weight on me. As he puts the weight, I keep this leg in, just like so. Now I'm gonna reach with the leg, with the hand that was on the arm for the arm drag, to inside his leg. And I'm gonna switch for the half guard sweep. On this case though, this particular case, you switch to the triangle on the leg. You're not switching like we did before to the you don't go straight with the knee, okay? You make sure when you switch, you go straight for the triangle like this, and then you start working your half guard from here. So one more time. So I go for the arm drag, he lifts the leg, boom. I grab the leg. As I grab the leg, I'm switching for the half guard. It's very smooth move, you know. I know that when he lifts that leg, you're always gonna put the weight forward, so that always gonna give me the opening to go to the half guard. Okay, let's do it at a different angle, Sean. So I'll do the arm drag, lifts, boom. Now make sure when you go into the half guard, and we talked about this before, don't lock the legs this low. Because if you lock the legs this low, his knees out, you're gonna have a lot of problems here. So if you find yourself low like this, keep a hold of the hips here, of the leg, and just unlock the legs and relock them as high as you can. And from here you can start working on how to finish the half guard, just like we did before. Okay? So one more time. So you arm drag, it lifts the leg, hold it with the outside hand. Now just get underneath him and lock everything real tight. Then from here, you can get the knee in, push, finish the position. Alright guys, so been doing a lot of half guard. We're gonna get in a situation now where I'm gonna show you guys how I do my arm drags. I do it a little quite different from what everybody else is doing. Everybody likes to arm drag to take the back. Usually what I do is I do arm drag to double leg the guy on the floor. You know, if you see my matches from the bottom, that's what I usually do. So basically, what's going on here is this: a lot of guys that sometimes they don't engage on my half guard. They stay away from me, okay? Sometimes they trap one leg, but they don't let me lock the half guard. So what I do now is, instead of fighting for the half guard, I come up and I control the wrist, okay? Now look at my foot already on his hips. Why do I have the foot on the hip? To control the space and the distance, okay? Because if I don't have my foot on the hip, my foot's just laying down here, he can just come in, approach, and start passing my guard, okay? So you can either have one foot trapped, but maintain this on the hip, or you can even have both foot on the hip, like so, okay? So once again, we're talking about a situation where you're trying to do your half, but you can't engage with the guy's too far away, so we can change the game and start doing my arm drag series from here, okay? So make sure you control the wrist. How do you control the wrist? Palms facing down, you grab the wrist, just like so. Some guys will fight it, they'll break the grip, you know, try to re-grip you, whatever. And it's gonna be a battle, okay? You gotta have wrist control. So how am I gonna arm drag the guy? What I'm gonna do here is this. Sometimes the guy's holding my leg or holding my foot. So the first idea here is I wanna kick this leg out. The leg that's gonna come out is the side that I'm gonna arm drag. So I'm gonna kick the leg out. And as I kick it out, I'm already reaching with the other hand, right into the back of his arm here. And as I pull his arm, instead of trying to swing all the way around to take the back, I'm gonna get my ear and my head, put it right into his rib cage, just like so. So this way, this arm doesn't come back. So I'm real tight here. So all I'm doing is this. I'm here with the guy fighting. I kick the leg out, go into the arm, reach it, pull it across, and approach him, okay? So you cannot sit back and leave too much room, because here, he's gonna either re-drag you or he's just gonna pull the arm out. So as soon as you drag, and make sure you kick this leg out. You hit. Now look what I'm gonna do. The foot that was on the hip, as I drag, I'm gonna post this foot on the floor like I'm gonna come up to my feet, okay? Now, Sean, let's turn around so they can see what I'm doing with this hand. Now, this hand is on the arm, right? Look at the hand real quick. It's strapping the arm. Look what I'm gonna do with that hand. As I get my head to the rib cage, the hand that was on the arm is gonna come all the way across on the other leg. So look at the detail with the hand here on the leg, all right? Now come back this way. So here, I drag, head on the rib cage. Now, this hand's gonna grab this leg. I reach out with the other hand on the other leg. Now all I'm gonna do is push off this feet and go on top. Boom. Got an easy sweep. Most of the time I just end up on guard, open guard situation when I do this sweep. But it's a really easy sweep, and I love doing this sweep because it's fast, the guy's not expecting it, and it's so easy to do. So anytime you can get control of the wrist, just make sure you got that foot, because if he tries to come in on you, you can always create the space, okay? So you open the leg, drag, approach the guy, make sure this foot's ready to post. Now look at me reaching for the legs. I grab both legs, boom. Now just push forward, and you got your sweep. Sometimes I do get to side control, but most of the times against really good guys, I just get a sweep and I'm in an open guard situation. So I'm gonna do it one more time. So let's say I'm here with Sean, trying to do my half. He keeps falling away. Boom, right here. So that's our first arm drag. Very simple, okay? It's all a matter of knowing how to position your legs, when to do it, and have good grips. You gotta secure the wrist. Whoever's controlling the wrist is gonna be in control of the match. That's why I'm always talking about wrist control. It's very important. Guys, it's Pablo Popovich.
Ryan Fury, Pablo Popovich's trainer, University of Miami football player, NFL football player, three-time world champion, and now I'm making sure that I work with Pablo to get him right back. Okay, now the goal when you first start out is you want to try to do at least 3 repetitions. A repetition is each station, there and back, 3 times, okay? Hopefully you'll progress beyond that. The goal is to try to go through as many as you can do in a total of 2 minutes. What we want to do is we want to work on his grip and also his core speed. So what we want to do is have him do a push-up, okay, on the kettlebell. What he's going to do now is he's going to actually move over, continuing on with one arm because we want to go multi-plane. Because in jiu-jitsu we work on a lot of different levels. We'll continue to push up, okay? From here, he's gonna continue with his upper body core strength. He's gonna do another push-up, okay? He's gonna move back over with the one hand on. He's gonna bring it back real simple. Good. And we're gonna go back to his grip. Jiu-jitsu is very important to have good grip, okay? The next sequence we're going through is now for Pablo's lower body. So you want to work this on, you really want to focus on the lower body strength. Okay, so Pablo's going to grab the weight. He's going to do a deadlift, curl, and press.
So you're gonna curl, right?
Curl and press. Good. Curl, and bring them back down. Curl, press, Good. From here, he's gonna drop those, okay? From here, he's gonna lay down, he's gonna sit down on his butt. He's gonna use his core, because now his legs are stretched, they're straining, and it's just his core moving. Also his obliques, from the side, from the twist. Okay, from here, now we're gonna turn the same ball over. I'm gonna be throwing the ball to him. And back. Uses a lot of core, guys. It's a lot of core. Jiu-jitsu, you gotta have good, strong core. Good. Okay. The goal of that entire sequence is to try to get through that sequence 5 times, if at all possible. I know it sounds like a little bit much, but take your time, practice, get the technique right, and you'll be able to achieve it. It's for your lower body, your upper body, and your core. You've even got some cardio in there. Get ready, never get tired, right? Never get tired. Yeah. Never get tired. Never get tired. Never get tired. Shoot. Yeah. Never get tired. That's how we do it. This is how you make a champ. This is what it takes. You want to be a champ, you got to be willing to sacrifice everything you know, everything you love. Find out what you're willing to give up to get where you want. It's the Popovich way forever. Believe that.
If you want to find out some more information on Hit Fitness Warehouse, you go to hitfitnesswarehouse.com. www.hitfitnesswarehouse.com. Thank you, Pablo, for the opportunity, man.
Yeah, he's right here in Davie, guys, Florida. So if you ever visiting from out of town, or if you live close, come check him out. And man, you're gonna have the workout of your life. This guy's been doing this so long. You can definitely, take care of a top-level athlete as well as a regular person. I just want to get in better shape. So, Popovich checking out. Thanks, bro.
Thank you, Pablo.
Alright guys, so the first drill, you start with the reverse guard on the grip here. And all you're doing is you're dropping this leg, switch the grip, go under, go back. So that way, you can get your speed up and build up the stamina, okay? Do this for about 2 minutes straight. Do both sides. That's gonna be our first drill. So you're training the inverted guard sweep drill. That's pretty much it. Our second drill, it's going to be a reverse guard. I'm going to switch the hook to the opposite leg. Now pull the leg in, and I get here. Go back. So I'm reverse guard situation, hook, pull, regular half guard. So I'm here. Same thing, sets are 2 minutes. You can do up to 3 sets on those. So we already got 2 drills. Those get your speed going and reaction really fast, so you can build that stamina to keep attacking the guy over and over again, okay? Alright guys, next drill. It's going to be the inverted half guard to the foot lock. You guys watch me spar, I did a lot of that. So it's going to look like this. I'm here, go back to the first drill where we invert the hand, get underneath, go back to here, pull back. Same thing. So inverted guard, under, shoot this leg through, get both legs in, get to here. So that's our third drill. Same thing, 2 minutes each time, 3 sets of 2 minutes. All right, fourth drill. The guy's gonna be kneeling down with the back leg. Reverse guard, okay? All I'm doing here is I'm posting and I'm reaching for the far leg. Turning upside down to go back. That's all I'm doing. So you're doing basic guard. All you're doing is reaching. Let's turn this way a little bit. Reach for the far leg right off the bat. Throw the leg over. So same thing, 3 sets, 2 minutes each. Should get you going. All right, fifth drill is very important. That's what helps me come up for the arm drag. Basically, you by yourself, you're here. All you're doing is bending one leg in and coming up. So same thing, you do that. 3 sets of 2. Okay, right here. So if I'm in position for the arm drag, drop both legs. That's how I come up all the time. So you want to get this fast as you can, so you don't get tired. Both sides, same thing. 2 minutes drill, 3 sets.
You've been competing and winning for however long. Everyone knows you as the best in the world, and people are really interested to know how do you do it? What is it? Is it your conditioning? Is it your training? What is it?
It's a combination of everything, because I kind of split up my training into sections. You got your conditioning training, you got your jiu-jitsu training, your technical training. There's so much involved, and you just got to be able to put everything together and knows what it takes to win. I know what it takes for me to win a tournament because I have so much experience, and I've been doing this for so long. I think it's my experience combined with having good training partners, have good trainers, have a good mindset. I always believe I'm going to win no matter what, even though I'm injured or, like the last Abu Dhabi, I couldn't train for 3 months because I hurt my ankle. But I put in my head, man, I'm going to do well. And I did what I could to win, and I ended up taking second on the absolute. I'd lost to a guy that I'd previously defeated before, Andre Galvan, which is a really good guy. No excuse losing to him. He trained like I was going to train if I was, not injured. But I gave my best. So I think about the question, the consistency comes in where you got to have a game plan, and I always have a game plan for every tournament. I think that's my main ingredient to winning.
So do you think so the difference between people who win and the people who lose, like there's some people who when they get on the mat, they consistently they win. And then there's the people that when they get on the mat, they seem to break faster than other people.
Right.
Do you think that's a mindset thing, or do you think that's a physical being in shape thing? Is it like?
Most I think is mindset. You look at the biggest champions of every sport, their mindset is totally different. You look at a guy, I like basketball a lot, that's why I like always to give the example, Michael Jordan. I mean, the guy was unbreakable. He just believed he was going to win every time, and he won every time. So the mindset's really important, because you can train as much as you want, but if you don't believe in yourself, and if you start doubting yourself before a match, anything can happen. And that doesn't happen to me. I tell people that all the time. I never doubt my skills, I never doubt my performance. I always go with the mindset, I'm going to win no matter what. I respect all my opponents. They always have a shot to beating me. I believe that every match is a match. Everybody has 2 hands and 2 arms. But I always believe I'm going to win no matter what, because I train hard, I have a game plan, and I give all my best every day to win. And I want to win no matter what.
Do you think that there's a way to to cultivate that type of mindset in people? Like if you don't have it, it seems like it comes a little, or does it come naturally to you, or is it something that you've developed over time?
I developed over time. I mean, I always had a good mindset. I was a swimmer when I was a kid, so I used to compete every weekend on swimming. And at the same week, I was competing at jiu-jitsu every week. So I've been competing my whole life. But I've been helping my students out to overcome I say most people, they have the fear of competition. They fear they're going to lose, and their friends are going to look at them different. Their family are going to look at them differently. But nothing changes after your competition. So you're doing something for yourself. You're supposed to be there to have fun. And that's how I look at my competitions throughout my whole life. I'm there to have fun for myself. Of course, I want my friends to look at me and say, hey man, you did awesome, and you did good, or whatever. But I think it can be taught pretty easily to people. It's just like a game plan. What you need to do before matches, how you're supposed to behave the day of the match, how you're supposed to behave the night before the match, how to overcome the doubts before a match. Because sometimes you're better than me, but if your mindset is wrong, I might beat you just because I'm tougher mentally than you are. Yeah. And I see that all the time. Sometimes I go to shake hands with the guys before a match, and the guys are already shaking up. So I'm like, man, there's no way I'm going to lose to this guy. What's wrong with him? So you have to be able to control yourself.
You were talking earlier a little bit about sacrifice.
Right.
And what actually giving something up to have what you want. And I was wondering if you could say a little bit more about what, just a little bit more about that.
Let's see. Back in the day, I was 18, 19. All my friends are going out, partying, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm training every day. I'm not going out. That kind of sacrifice. You sacrificing your body every day, training hard as much as you can. You go home, your whole body's hurting. You're training injured with injuries. Like I trained this year with an ankle injury throughout the year. And you're giving out your best every day. You try to overcome all your opponents because you're training harder than everybody else. And you're doing whatever you can to win. That's my mindset. I'll do whatever it takes to win because I really want to win every tournament. Hate losing. losing is not an option for me. Even though, you know, if I lose, I lose. I'll look at it as an experience. What did I did wrong? What I need to do to improve? But I'll sacrifice anything to be able to win and take it to the next level.
Is it worth it? So is it like, you know, what's the...
That's what I chose to do in my life, so it's worth it.
Got it.
I love it. I love it every second, you know. When you raise your hand, it's the best feeling in the world. You feel like mission accomplished. That's what you were supposed to do. And I did it, so it's pretty cool.
So do you have like is it like a natural like discipline, or is that, would you say that discipline for yourself is a big factor in your ability to win, that you have your own personal discipline to sacrifice?
All winners have discipline. I mean, guys that have no discipline, they can only take it so far. So you have to discipline yourself in different ways to be able to be a champion. You know, you have to train a couple times a day. You have to be able to diet. You got to be able to lose weight if you're fighting at the lower weight. You have to be able to gain weight. You have to follow rules. You know, not a lot of people want to sacrifice themselves in order to do that. They just want to go to a tournament and have fun. They win, they lose, whatever. You know, I'm not like that. I'm doing whatever I can in my power to win. So I got to be disciplined, have self-discipline in order to do that.
So what are we going to see next from you? I mean, are you going to continue to compete for as long as you can? Just, you know,
as long as it's fun for me to compete, I'll keep doing it. I got to a point where I won a lot of tournaments. I've been there. I won the gold world champion, Abu Dhabi champion. I really wanted to win the absolute of the Abu Dhabi. I was right there, but I didn't win it. You know, I think if I was more prepared, I would have had a better chance of winning, but it wasn't my year, and there's nothing I can do about it. Am I going to give it a shot again? Of course, you know. But like I said, it's all about having fun in the end of the day, whatever you're doing, and I have a lot of fun still competing. The day that it comes that I don't feel like I don't want to do it anymore, it's no more fun. I don't feel like I got to wake up to train hard every day. I'll do something else, you know, and keep teaching. I love teaching, instructing, and helping people develop their game and having fun. So I'll do something else.
Awesome. What kind of advice would you give to somebody that's just starting out? It's just maybe white, blue belt, and loves jiu-jitsu, just, you know, loves it just like, you know, everybody does. Like, what would you tell them?
First of all, don't pressure themselves. A lot of people pressure themselves when they start jiu-jitsu because you're not used to the experience of losing as a human being. And when you go into jiu-jitsu, you're going to get into a class and you're going to see guys that have been training for 6 months, 12 months. And of course, they're gonna beat you. You know, so you gotta, every day is a new experience. So you gotta take that under consideration. So have fun every day. Make sure you choose a good structure that's willing to help you out. Have a good beginners program. Another great idea is to get, you know, like we're doing the DVD instructional. I think my DVDs are gonna help a lot of people with their game. Even though you can call this advanced series, but my game could work for my guy that's a white belt into a black belt. So you can have a white belt watch my DVD series and be like, man, that makes sense. The mechanics of that move make sense. I understand where I'm supposed to be. And a black belt is like, man, I don't know why I haven't been doing this my whole life. So the DVD instructions, it's a great way now to do it. And back in my day, there was no instructional. Most black belts didn't want to teach you anything. So you have to figure out on your own. Luckily, my dad was a black belt. He taught me a lot of good stuff. I was lucky about that. You know, he's like, man, you gotta learn this, you gotta learn that. And he helped my game a lot. But with the DVD series now, you can just get a DVD and watch it over and over and over again and just make your game better. So that way, instead of waiting 3 years to be able to achieve something, you can have a DVD set and within 6 months, you're at the same level as a guy that's been training for 3 years jiu-jitsu. You know, it all depends on how fast you want to learn, and it's up to you how fast you want to learn jiu-jitsu. You know, so you have all the tools nowadays, the technology, to be able to take your game to the next level as quick as possible. So.
Cool. Great. Perfect. All right. Good stuff.
Good stuff, guys. keep training jiu-jitsu. This is what I've been doing since I was 4. Love it. I hope you guys enjoy my DVD series as well as our bonus features. We have a lot of good stuff and a lot of content, a lot of good really good content. I put my heart and soul into this DVD, and I'm pretty sure, 100% sure that people that watch this DVD series are gonna love it. So you really gotta take advantage of it. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that whoever watched this, it's gonna be ahead of everybody else that haven't watched it. So it's a given. All right, guys, it's Pablo Popovich checking out. Thank you for watching my bonus DVDs and my whole DVD series. And I just want to say that if you've been watching this DVD series, I'm 100% sure that this series are going to help your game a lot. You know, it's going to take your game to another level. Whoever doesn't watch this is going to fall behind you. You're going to understand the mechanics, how I train, my mindset, how I behave on the bottom. You know, this is great material. I wish I had this kind of material as I was growing up, because it took me years to figure this stuff out. You know, over 15 years of training to put all the positions together to be able to show it to you guys. Imagine it as a shortcut for your training. So instead of taking 10 years for you to figure stuff out, it could take you 2 months. If you're a white belt or black belt, I don't care what level you are. All the concepts are basic, but they will help from white belt to black belt, because it all makes sense. The moves are all connected. And like I said, I guarantee that's going to help your game. And hopefully I can help as many people as possible with this kind of material. So thanks for watching, checking out. Keep training jiu-jitsu.